Welcome to All In. I am Terissa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. This is my co-host, the one, the only, Mr. Sean Boyle, Executive Director. Now President, CEO. Okay.
How long have we known each other?
CEO of the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County. I knew I'd get there. I would run out of choices.
Yeah.
So welcome for all of our Facebook viewers. We are live. You can also catch the show on YouTube and several other channels that Indira will probably list later. The purpose for our show is really to talk about the resources, the services available in St. Lucie County every month. Yeah. Nonprofits, services, providers.
Yeah, and you're right.
No, expand.
The purpose of the show, we called it All In because we want to expose the viewers to resources that are available, but to talk about how they can be all in by giving back to the community, by getting engaged with these nonprofits.
Yes, that's why we call it All In. You got to be all in your community. And I know, we should have rang that bell like 10 times. There you go, all in. All right.
There you go.
Caught up. So you're right. We want to really try to find out how we can help one another and how you can get more engaged in what's going on in the resources. So we every month hand out a community impact award winner.
Yes.
From one of the programs that are funded by the Children's Services
that we are
Council.
working with, that there's people working hard every day behind the scenes. A lot of times making a difference. And we want to give them the applause and congratulations that they deserve.
Yeah, because we talk about this a lot. A lot of times organizations are recognized and sometimes even CEOs, but we're really recognizing those people that are on the front lines.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
And I like that about this. So the Children's Services Council serves the community. We voted on it. We love it. We want to continue to have it. And we overwhelmingly said that you guys are doing a great job. And you're doing a great job in attacking 5 areas of impact.
5 priority areas. Do you want me to name them or do you want to name them?
Well, you added something. So it used to be.
It's still the same 5 priorities. We just tweaked one.
You've added something to one of them and it's throwing me
mostly
off.
just to throw you off.
I know. I feel like you did it on purpose, but it's to make sure every baby is a healthy baby.
Yep.
To stop child abuse before it happens and
stop child abuse. This is the one we changed. Stop child abuse before it happens by building strong families. Okay, very good. Making sure kids stay in school. Yep.
Making sure kids stay off the streets.
Yep.
And making kids stay away from drugs, alcohol, and other risky behaviors.
Absolutely. Yep.
I did it.
Nailed it.
Oh, very good. It's only been.
You are like an honorary. You're like the George Martin to the Beatles. You're the honorary member of the Children's Services Council.
Yes,
absolutely.
Member, but yeah. Oh, I like it. So of course,
we got to explain. We have a bell here.
Yes.
Mostly for my
just randomly.
ADD. Yeah, we just ran. No, anytime we say the word
all in,
we ring the bell.
Yeah. To remind everybody why we're here.
It's the small things that make this show interesting, right?
I'm pretty sure everything here rests on that bell. The shoulders of the bell. I'm almost positive of it.
Our third host.
Okay. Oh yeah. The 6th needle. Anyway, we have got off topic as we typically do on this show, but hey, why not? You gave us 26 minutes to talk to one another. This is what you're going to get.
Yeah, and I behind the scenes, I rolled in with like 30 seconds before we went live. I apologize for that.
I was yelling at him and didn't realize my watch was fast. So that's how we started our day together, which sounds probably apropos.
And I really have no excuse to be late because I literally walked here because we are in the TCoast Studios.
We started. This is our 3rd or 4th show.
I don't know, but it's been great.
It has been. It's great for you. It's in the same parking lot as your office. For me, I drive here, but yes. TCoast Studios is our new home for the show, and it has expanded our reach by including some other channels that you can get on your TV. We're on TV now. I mean, we were on TV before, but now we're expanded channels.
On TV.
Yeah, with TV. And of course, our YouTube channels, Facebook Live. We're at Facebook Live as we always are, which means we can take your questions. We'll read your comments. I'm not sure if we'll share them, but we'll read them. But if you got questions, type them in the comments. We'll be happy to attack them. And questions for this show might entail how to find resources, services that you might be looking for. Those are the types of questions we'd be able to help you.
We do have a recommendation.
Yeah.
When you type them in the largest font possible.
Actually, Indira, our producer, makes them in a
I
bigger
know,
font.
geez.
Thank goodness, because
we're reading them on the screen.
Yeah, so she actually is already knew she's going to need to do that. So
do we have our award winners waiting?
Yep.
All right. So, I'll introduce them broadly. So I think we've talked on the last show how important summer is for kids because, first of all, let's face it, it's a kind of an odd year. It's a year that nobody has experienced that's alive today because of the first time we've been in a pandemic over 100 years.
It is, but I feel like that was 2020. 2021 got back to normal.
Right, but what I'm saying is school wasn't quite normal-ish for a lot of kids because of the pandemic. And so when they transitioned to summer camps, we want kids to have fun. I think most of our viewers and anybody that's worked with us knows that our Keeping Kids Off the Streets categories, all of our after-school programs, they all turn into, all 17 locations become summer programs for kids. And then we expand that each summer. We do a grant application, open competition, and we expand that to have more options for kids to go to because summer kids need things to do because they will find things to do if you don't provide them to them.
As they say, idle hands.
And so one of the really cool programs, and I believe this is our second or third year working with them, and it's a great partner. I know you work with them, Indian River State College.
Yep.
It's an emerging technologies program that teaches kids all cool things like robotics and lasers. And it's hard to attract teenagers to programs, right? But this definitely attracts teenagers because of the technology aspect to it. And they're working with about 30 kids that were, some of them in some areas where they might not otherwise get exposed. So they're having fun, they're learning about technology, and they're also identifying possible career pathways for themselves.
Yeah, that's the best part of this is there's some real careers that can come out of what they're going to learn in this program.
And so working hard in that program every day, and I think they're actually taking a break from teaching and working with the kids to accept this award, is 2 teachers from that program.
Okay. You couldn't decide which one was better.
Well, we do site visits with our program.
Okay.
And, we check to make sure that the kids are having a good time and that they're doing what they're contractually obligated to do and having an impact. And we walked away with that program saying these 2 teachers deserve this award.
That's
and
awesome.
We wanted to give it to them in the summer because they're going to go back to their normal day job. And, we want to make sure that we recognize them while they're in the middle of performing these excellent services with these kids.
Okay, good. You brought up a lot of great questions, so bring them on because I have lots of questions.
So we have on, we're going to present the award to, and they're both on there now, Kyle Cobb and Lauren, and I don't have my glasses on, Lauren Rubin. So congratulations.
Which of you is which? Who's Kyle?
Thank you.
This is Kyle.
All right.
I'm Lauren.
Did you hear my introduction?
Yes.
Okay, so did I get the, I don't think I really got the essence of the program in my introduction. So maybe you can provide a little bit more detail of what's happening at the summer program at Indian River State College.
So this is our 3rd year working with the Children's Council. Our program has been focused on advanced technologies, including computer programming, electronics, soldering, website design, a little bit with the photonics and lasers. We're actually doing a little bit with drones this year as well. So our goal has been really to expose the kids to the type of technologies that they're going to need in future careers in this day and age, but do it in a way where they can have fun and actually learn and want to continue to do it. So they've really gotten a lot out of it this year, even with everything going on with COVID and that. It's still been a lot of great opportunities for them.
And I think it's interesting to note both Kyle and Lauren are actually public school teachers as well.
I was just going to ask you that you wanted to do it in summer, so I'm guessing they have winter jobs. You're both teachers. What do you teach regularly?
So I am a teacher at Academy teaching engineering and robotics for 9th through 12th grade students.
And Lauren?
And I teach biology and environmental science for 9th to 12th grade as well.
At Treasure Coast High?
Yes, at Treasure Coast High School.
Small world. My wife teaches environmental sciences at Centennial.
I was going to say not at Treasure Coast, Centennial. Yes. So how do you choose the kids? How do they get hooked up with this program?
So what we do is with the college, we put out information, a flyer through all means of media with the college, radio, website, Facebook, everything. And then from that, the kids complete a sign-up sheet to go ahead and register for it. We really focus heavily in the area around the college where the kids may not otherwise be exposed to it. But as long as the kids come to us, there's no selection process. We really want the kids to be able to have access regardless of whatever is around them or what they may or may not know already.
And Lauren, what is the age group of the kids that you're working with for the summer program?
We are working with 13 through 17. So we're trying to get the end of middle school all through high school. And so that way we can get them ready for job fields.
And you guys are pretty full right now, right? With students participating?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are at capacity, and we actually had an additional 30 on our wait list.
So I led with, it's hard to attract teenagers to participate in something in a kind of a classroom setting. But when you throw in robotics, programming, and drones, I think everybody listening is like, how can I get enrolled?
Yeah. I definitely agree with you. I mean, these are skill sets that you're going to need for just about any job that you move into in the future. But there are actually career paths at the college that will utilize this skill set too. And as we move forward, we're going to see our IRSC expand on that.
Yeah.
So that's exciting too. Do you work with any local companies to kind of, because soldering, you mentioned soldering, and that truly is a skill. And I know that many, many companies are looking for people that can actually solder.
I think I have a scar on my wrist from a soldering mishap when I was younger.
And my husband is very handy, but he's like, I can't solder. So don't ask me. I can do this, but I can't solder, because it really is a skill. And so I'm wondering, are you working with other companies to expose them to the possibilities of employment if they have these skills?
So right now, we do not have any local companies we're working with. We are looking for them, hopefully for next year, to bring them on board so we can connect the kids with that. We've actually done 4 soldering projects in all this summer. So they range from a very simple siren all the way up to an FM radio, and now a robotic project. They're building the mechanical side and soldering electronics. So we've gone the full range, and we would love a community partner to come out next year with us and expose the kids to those type of things.
Okay.
Well, that's the beauty of this show. It's called All In. So we talk about how people can get involved to support this initiative or your program, for example. And so we're calling it all out to any business owner. Oh, I did say the word all in. We're calling out to any business.
So slow today.
Any business owner that could help, close that gap between the skill and the job.
Yeah, I mean, we know right now that we are going to need a large employee base to fulfill the jobs that are coming into town, where economic development is really booming. And most of our employers at manufacturers pay very, very well. And they're not able to find simple skill sets for a start base, like being able to solder, or, some simple electric, or some simple robotics. They need these skills. And so it'd be nice to put them in touch with this program so they can start fostering their exposure and perhaps employ some of these students when they come out of high school.
So do both of you teach at the same time? Are you guys do you guys have specific topics that you teach? And I'm getting to the point. Have you already done the drones, and do all the kids get to fly a drone?
So we kind of split up things throughout the camp. So one of us will take one group, the other will take the other. We've been doing drones since the 3rd week. So yes, they've all been flying. It's been interesting to watch, as you can imagine, upper middle school and younger high school kids trying to fly drones. It's been a lot of fun.
I flew one once. It went straight to the roof. But luckily, my husband's handy, and he was able to climb up there.
What I've learned about drones, because I've gotten I don't know if you guys were watching the show. We sidetrack very easily. The one thing I've learned about drones is if you don't have a high quality drone, you will break it or you will lose it. Because I've gotten a couple little cheap ones, and they've hit whatever and they no longer work. But I've flown an actual real one.
I've never flown a real one.
And it was you push a button, it comes right to where you're at, which is great. So I've learned that you get what you pay for when it comes to drones.
You do, and what I had was a cheap drone that I think I bought at Toys R Us, and it was more like a balloon than a drone. I let it go, and it flew off. But I did go to FP&L once, and they have, I don't know if you guys got to go out to where they have their solar fields off of 95, but they have probably one of the world's most expensive drones, and they just give it commands and it sets out on its routine, and then it shelters itself in its little
Well, and if you can really fly a drone, like legitimately learn how to fly it professionally, there are professions that are looking for drone pilots. I was going to say drivers, drone pilots.
Yeah. It's very exciting, and I'm glad that you're doing that. I'm glad that we have people like you that have that skill set and are able to pass it along in our community, because even that is a job. That's an opportunity, is to go on and help us continue to educate the next generation. So
And
very grateful for both of you.
And we're very grateful that you guys have given up your summer, because I'm being married to a teacher. And we led with that it was a difficult school year, and I know you guys are both in school, so you can, head nod. You know what I'm talking about. We greatly appreciate you giving of your time during the summer, where most teachers, and a lot of teachers deservedly so, kind of recharge. But you've continued to jump in and work with our kids, and we're very, very grateful for that.
And that is why you both are a Community Impact Award winner, and these will be bestowed upon you sometime in 2021. I'm hopeful, but since we do everything via Zoom, I'm not sure, but it has your name right here. This one is, I think it says Lauren. Yeah, mine.
Truth be told, Lauren and Kyle, I have a whole stack of these that I have to deliver because we were doing it through COVID, but I will make sure that you get yours, even if I have to come to your school and drop it off.
I think that we should make a plan before our next show to just go out together and deliver all these. I'll go with you.
I don't think you have any idea how many I actually have. We still have to deliver. It's going to be a 2-day process. We bestow
awards on people month after month that we never give to them, Sean.
Look, Lauren and Kyle, what's more important, to actually have this plaque that eventually is probably going to end up in your drawer somewhere, or is it more importantly to be recognized and to hear the official thank you, because we are truly grateful for all that you're doing. I want to hang
this on my wall.
Well, we'll see if we can get you an award. But until then, Lauren and Kyle, we will make sure that we get this to you.
All right. We'll be coming soon. I promise. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And will you guys both be back next summer?
That's the plan.
Yep.
All right. Love to hear that. I love to hear that. Thank you so much. And I want to also give a shout out. Tanya from our agency, Children's Services Council, did a site visit, and she came back and said, you have to give them an award, because she was so impressed with what you guys did when she was out on the site visit. So again, thank you so very much.
The key word was give them an award. That means we have to give it to you.
Keep watching, because she's going to keep giving me a hard time with this even after you guys are off the screen.
I've done my portion. I got it printed. Now
thank you, Lauren and Kyle, truly.
Yes.
And it's such a great program. And again, I can't stress this enough. Anybody that has a teenager knows exactly what I'm talking about. To keep the attention span of a teenager is, not everybody can do that. And the fact that Lauren and Kyle are teaching them these great skills and keeping their attention, and they keep coming back, and they have a waiting list, just shows you how good they are at what they do.
13 through 17-year-olds that are on a waiting list, because this takes place during the day.
Right.
So probably in the morning, right? And if you have a teenager, and I'm saying this because my teenage granddaughter is visiting right now, that is willing to get up before noon and go to a program that they don't necessarily have to, then these kids are excited about it.
Yeah. And I mean, I just think about, we partner with the summer passports to give all the summer kids experiences they've never had before, right?
Yes.
We know some kids have never been to the beach. Now they're on a kayak, right?
Yeah.
But think about able to fly a drone.
Yeah.
Like, that is not something
real drone.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's my point. A real drone. That's not an experience that anybody can just walk out inside and say, I want to fly a drone.
No.
So again,
they're hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Typically. Yeah.
Thousands. Yeah. Big kudos to Indian River State College for the technology program. And more importantly, for Kyle and Lauren for engaging our kids.
I love it. Summer Passport, we're wrapping that program up because it's the summer, and so that's exciting. We had more vendors this year than we'd had, but we also had more camps involved, because last year a lot of the camps couldn't go out to activities because of COVID.
Right.
So my goodness, has it been busy, but a lot of good stuff. Again, we had kids that, if they weren't part of this program, the last 2 years that we've done it, they have not been on a kayak. Some of them hadn't been to the beach. Some don't have bathing suits. They are sailing on this small sailboat and learning about sailing and how to sail. It takes 6 people, and almost every single kid that's been on that has never been on a sailboat before.
Yeah.
And so it's just an amazing program. And my vendors, again, are saying how much it means to them to see the kids' faces when they get to experience these things that they typically have not been able
So
to.
you hear it from the vendors. I hear it from the programs that will say things like, these kids were just blown away or life changing. And, we gave big shout out. I gave a shout out to Tanya for identifying from our office, identifying Lauren and Kyle. I also want to give a big shout out to Tanya. I know she's not watching because I left the meeting that she was engaged in, but she's the one that had the idea for the summer passports. And I'll be honest with you, we kind of put off doing it because it was going to be so much work for us to go to all these vendors. And then I think in a conversation, you said, well, we run the Seven Gables
activities. We sell excursions and activities.
And so it was a great partnership. And, you helped us tremendously. And more importantly, we're helping all these kids know our community more so than they ever have before.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It really is very exciting. And it really is an uplifting program for everybody involved. And typically some of our vendors are slower in the summer. So this really helps subsidize their income through the year. So that's important too. It's all really, and that's really what the show is all about. It's about being all in. Thank you. I was like waiting for it to happen. On working together and making sure that we all benefit from the resources that are available to us, and we're supporting the resources that are available to us. So I appreciate that very, very, very much.
Absolutely. So I know we have 8 minutes or so left. I do want to say, while we've been talking about summer and we were just talking to 2 teachers and being married to a teacher, I know that the summer is on its backslide, or it's on the downhill slope. It's going to be over very soon.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
Kids start August 10th, I believe. Teachers start August 3rd. It's literally, trust me, my wife, 2 weeks, she's back working. So I say all that to say, not to scare anybody, not to set panic, but while your child hopefully is engaged in a summer activity, now is the time to start thinking about what are they going to do after school.
Yeah.
Because when we know this, anybody that has kids or grandkids, school, depending on the age, gets out at 2 all the way to 4:30. Most people, when they work, don't get out of work until 5:36. So what is your child doing during that time? And trust me, they will find something to do if you provide it for them or not. And hopefully you are thinking about enrolling them in an after-school program. And the programs that are offered through the Children's Services Council, it's our category of keeping kids off the streets. The beauty of it is that they all have a measure on the academic success of the kids that are in the program. So they all work on their kids with homework. They all work on pro-social involvement. And it's fun. And more importantly, for a lot of families, it's offered at a deeply discounted rate, so that financials and money, and particularly with those families with siblings, it's not a big obstacle.
So just recently, I learned, it was one of the trivia questions on a show that I did earlier this week. Childcare is more expensive than college for most families. Like the course of a lifetime for your child.
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
The care for your child will end up being more than 4 years of college.
I'd have to do that math because I had 2 kids that have recently about finished up the college. I don't know if that's entirely true.
I feel like we got that stat from you, so I want to just say probably.
It wasn't from me.
No, it wasn't from you directly, but from. So, but we'll see.
So we do have a question because we had to make sure we responded.
I feel like Indira came over to make sure we could see
the question. Yeah.
We did not answer the question, but
Jessica,
we did see it.
We see you, Jessica.
And
Jessica, a good friend of ours who, among many things that she does, works at Inner Truth Project. And I believe she's actually received, this award, right, Jessica? Anyway, I asked like she can see me.
I know.
Kind of verbally
she can't
respond.
Answer you. She has to type and answer you. You can't zoom her in, Sean. You can't. This is not a Q&A.
But the summer passport information, I don't think is available like strictly on our website because it's kind of an internal working with all of our summer programs.
Inner Truth is a part of it. They do the kayaking on a regular basis.
Oh, okay. Through summer passport?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, they're Lisa's kayak. Inner Truth is Lisa's kayak's favorite. Just so you know.
I thought it was ended.
Oh no, you're right. It's ended. I'm sorry.
We do know the vendors.
I'm sorry, Jessica.
Preferred.
Tell Mindy I'm sorry. It's the Inner Truth, but yes, it's. How would they be qualified? Because I mean, you fund them, don't you?
They're technically not a summer program, So I don't know if they've participated before. We have had some inquiries from some of our other programs that technically don't run. What we call a summer program is something that they attend Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. or 7 a.m.
And in the
till
past,
5.
it's only been offered to summer programs.
Right. Mostly because of resources and
Yeah. We'll have to talk about that. Jessica brought up a good point, and after I finally figured out, I was thinking of end it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was the inner truth.
So Jessica, if you're still watching though, feel free to type in whether or not I'm 99% sure you received the Community Impact Award, and I'm 99% sure you actually received the actual plaque.
I'd be less sure about that if I were you. All right. Yeah, I do think Jessica was on. Couldn't tell you when, but yeah.
No, I believe
she was a winner. We have to talk about that maybe, although there's so much now and it's already crazy. So we'll see, but I get where that might be very helpful for them in terms of their therapy.
Yeah.
Is for them to be able to do something like that. We'll have to talk about that, Sean. All right. Jessica brought up a good point.
Thanks, Jessica.
No other questions though right now. That's pretty good. I'm glad that people are engaged though. I like it when they watch. I like when they ask questions. I don't even care what the questions are.
Yeah.
I don't even care if I know the answers. I just like it when they ask questions. So I know somebody's watching.
It's the summer. We'll be, hopefully somebody's watching. I know it's a tough time right now.
It is a tough time. We've noticed on our board meetings, somebody just walked by the door and we all turn to look out the door. Sorry for everybody watching at home.
Squirrel.
I know. We got sidetracked a little. Squirrel. But anyway, in the summer, everybody's on vacation. They're all doing their things. Even your beautiful wife, Jackie, is off, on vacation. It's hard to get people into a room and engaged.
But you know who's here? You know who's here every day or not every day, but me and you.
Yeah.
We're here.
I know we see each other like because we are constantly working. We don't get 3 weeks off, although I wish I did. Okay, we're going to have a quick commercial.
Quick commercial.
I thought she was going to say comment. All right, everybody, we are going to take a real quick commercial and we will be right back.
The St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce wants you to know small business assistance grant eligibility has expanded. You may now qualify. Grants up to $10,000 are available for small and home-based businesses in St. Lucie County, and funds do not have to be repaid. We know applying for grants can be intimidating, so we want to help. Call us at 772-595-9999 or join us at an upcoming workshop near you. For dates or eligibility requirements, go to stluciechamber.org/COVID support.
The great thing about being in the studio is we have somebody here, Indira, who actually keeps us on our game and actually tells us everything that we should be covering. And we just got the list.
And what the sad part is? It's the list of stuff that you and I are doing, not Indira's doing.
Right?
You and I are doing
this. She's the best.
So we need to talk about a few things. One of them is the spelling bee. The adult spelling bee is July 20th. It's going to be at Sailfish Brewery. And for those of you that are not familiar with the adult spelling bee, it says adult for a very specific reason, and that is we want adults.
Oh, I thought it was because you kept the words short.
No, we actually use the Scripps National Spelling Bee booklet because when I worked for the newspaper and started this adult spelling bee, I had access to it. They gave me a copy and they let me keep it of 1 year's books, and we use that book over and over again. However, it's teams of 3. It's very fun. It's very light. We are drinking right now. You can go online to vote for your
judges.
Third judge. Yeah, we're going to have a third judge this year, and we're doing a fundraising campaign.
Who's the other two? You?
No, Nick Mims.
Okay,
and cool. City manager, and of course our sponsor, IBM. Or I'm sorry, I Think Financial. They used to be IBM.
Yeah.
So I Think Financial is the other one. But now we've done an online fundraiser because we learned about this online fundraising. You pay money to vote for who you want to be the third judge. And all that money will go to the charity of the winner's choice. I want to make sure you get a chance to talk about more than a game.
Yeah, just know that we are engaging fathers in a great opportunity for them to learn about resources, learn about the importance of fatherhood, but also enticing them by basketball. We're wrapping that up, I believe, the July 29th.
Mm-hmm.
We're very excited. If anybody wants to come out to see the graduation, just to see the young men, and then after they meet and talk, they're going to actually have a skills competition.
I love that. I love that you're engaging fathers in a way that it's one-on-one. We are doing a special education program with the Florida Institute of Political Leadership. It's free, open to the public. If you ever thought about running for office, you need to take this class. It's virtual, it's online. It's a collaboration with the Florida Chamber of Commerce, and we couldn't be more proud to bring it to our community, especially when we have a special election coming up September 21st in the city of Port St. Lucie for a new mayor and a District 3 seat.
That's very exciting.
All right. We didn't cover everything, but we did the best we could.
Yes, and we're gonna sign off. I talked about the importance of after-school programs.
Yep.
So we're gonna sign off to end all in with a quick commercial to remind everybody the importance of keeping kids off the streets.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great day.
Since 1990, the mission of the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County has been to improve the quality of life for all children. We've done it by providing programs and resources that keep kids off the streets.
It is very important that we have out-of-school programming available for these young people to be involved in positive activities that keep them out of trouble. And that's very important for our neighborhoods, for our community, our children, our parents, and that in turn has a positive effect on our crime and on the well-being of the children.
The Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County. Our children, our community, our future.